Hi, I'm Daddy G.
And I'm Tommy G.
And we are Cook Dads.
Yep.
We're doing our intro today out and about in the beautiful forests in our area because it's a glorious winter day. There's not a cloud in the sky. And I was thinking it's good weather for lamb stew with dumplings.
Which will taste pretty amazing.
It's going to taste amazing, all right. It's going to be a little bit of work, but it's really worth it and you get lots of meals out of it. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep our little walk going and we'll get back to you when we're in the kitchen.
Just like my dad said.
Cheers, guys.
Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment and leave a like below. Give it a big fat thumbs up.
Okay, spoiler alert. The main ingredient of lamb stew is lamb. I favour lamb shanks because they will retain their moisture and the connective tissue breaks down to this beautiful jelly-like substance. It's good to just run a couple of knife cuts through them to help them break down while you're cooking. And the most important thing you need for making lamb stew is what we technically call a big ass pot. If you've got a big ass pot, you, my friend, are set. So you just score the shanks around, comme ça. Now the next ingredient after this, you may not have, but I do, is whenever I get a lamb leg, I debone it and freeze the bones, and that just makes an amazing addition because the lamb shanks on their own are perfect, okay? What you're doing, you're getting a nice richness from them, and you also get the gelatin out of the bone to give it a nice thick creamy texture, so that's perfect. But if you've got, as I just happen to have, some frozen lamb bones, bam, bung them in, and bam, bung them in. I know this looks ridiculous, but trust me, it'll go and behave. So we put all that in, we cover it with some butter, get it boiling. Sensational. And we just want to whack a bit of salt in that puppy. And by a bit, I probably mean about a good half tablespoon full. Bring it up to the boil, and then we add the magic vegetables. 1 kumara or sweet potato. 3 brown onions, a couple of sprigs of rosemary stolen from a council garden, 4 low-carb potatoes because we care, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 micro carrots, 2 stems of celery, 1 Swede. Yeah, I'm Swede. Hey, my name is Sven. And what's a good half garlic. Okay, so while that's coming up, I'm going to chop all these up, and all we're doing, it's not complex, we're just chucking the whole lot in the pot. There's not a lot of work in this dish, but there is a lot of time involved. So we chuck everything in the pot now, it's got to cook for hours, then we turn it off, then we cool it down, then we take the fat off, then we get the bones out, then we make the dumplings, and then we rock and roll. Alright, so our vegetable ingredients are prepped up here. We've got diced kumara, sliced carrot, finely diced onion, diced potato, finely diced swede. That was just a medium swede. I ended up using 4 sprigs of rosemary, chopped, plucked the leaves off and chopped them finely. Half a garlic, chopped finely. And I only used 1.5 stalks of celery, chopped finely. Okay, so we're going to chuck all these ingredients in. The water's just coming up to temp. The bones are starting to settle in. We'll put them all in except the kumara. That takes less time to cook and there may not be room in the pot just yet. Okay, So first cab off the rank, as always, is the onion. Followed closely by its good power garlic. Bit of rosemary because that's just awesome stuff. And the swede, I love swede. It's an unsung hero in stews, it really is. And the celery, which has got a bit of a strong flavour but a really good note to have in stews. And a carrot, because that takes a while to cook. Bam. And we're using the low carb potatoes because we're pretending to be healthy, but you can't have a lamb stew without spuds. Seriously, it's such an Irish dish. Okay, so we whack those in, give it a minute to decide how it's going, then we'll chuck in the kumara. All right, this is half an hour after the bulk of the veggies went in, except for the kumara. I've just reduced the heat to low because we're starting to bubble over, and all we're waiting for is the liquid to reduce to make enough room to put these guys in. Okay, so another 45 minutes later, we've got some room to add our kumara. Gently, gently. And we're just going to pop that in and keep simmering away. Probably another half hour at least. Okay. Okay, so the meat is quite literally, quite happily just dropping off the bone now. Look at that. We don't want it to turn to complete mush, so this is a good time to think about just turning the pot off. So you've still got nice little chunks of lamb in there. Yeah. And because of the, if you will, thermal mass of this huge ass pot, we'll cover this with a lid, and it will probably take most of the night to cool down to room temp. If it reaches room temp, I'll whack it in the fridge for a little bit. If not, we'll just proceed from where we are. Okay, so I'm just going to very deftly, or not, get a lid on this baby. Seamless it was. Whack a lid on it, turn the flame off, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow. All right, so our lamb stew, just taking the lid off. Our lamb stew took about 8-9 hours to come to room temp. Then I put it in the fridge to help the fat set on top so it's easy to pop off. Our next step is to grab something. I use a little flat gizmo like this and just get the fat, scrape it off the surface. No one wants all that fat. Scrape it off the surface and bin it, all right? It's that easy, people. If you were that way inclined, you could probably keep it and make soap, but no, we just don't want it in our stew, do we? Nah, something about it being too fatty just feels really wrong. Okay, so we've removed the majority of the fat. As you can see, there's quite a lot there, so we bin that puppy. And then, making sure your hands are squeaky clean, we go in, and this part is quite tactile. You need to use your hands to just shave the meat off the bones and pop the bones in the bin. But if you have gloves on and stuff, it's a bit harder to determine just how much meat and bones going on there, so I prefer to use it with a very clean hand, and obviously scrub your hands afterwards. So we're just going through, getting all the bones out of our stew. If you feel inclined to nick a bit or two while you're doing it, you've earned it, so it's all right. Check back with you when we're sorted. So once you've got rid of your bones and the fat, you're left with this beautiful gelatinous stew. We're just going to gently heat this on a low flame. Oh, I can't even see the flame, but I know it's low. On a low flame until it comes up to a simmer, and then we can make our dumplings. It's going to be good, people. Going to be good. Worth the wait. Our lamb stew is just starting to boil now. To make the dumplings, we need 1 cup of self-raising flour. Shazam. Half a teaspoon of baking soda or bicarbonate soda. Shazam. Some salt. In my opinion, as much pepper as you can be bothered stuffing in there, because it's good stuff. Okay, and then we mix the dry ingredients through. You alright? You got this, JJ?
Yeah.
Cool. And then we get a tablespoonful of butter, plop it in. Hey, get in there, punk. And what we're doing is just rubbing this in till it makes very fine, the flour should feel like incredibly fine breadcrumbs, okay? So, and that's looking pretty close actually. See that? It's not what you'd expect to be chunky breadcrumbs. It's just very fine, slightly gathered together bits of flour, and it looks like fine breadcrumbs. Okay, the last and finale step. Is we need 100 mils of milk. Yeah. Where's that 100 mil thing? There we go. Okay. And we need a knife. Just one sec. Thanks, Sterling. We pour the milk in. Shazam. Chuck it all in. And this part, you just need to do the minimum, okay? You do not want to overwork this dough. So you're just doing the minimum to mix the milk in with your flour breadcrumby bits until it starts to come together. But if you overwork it, this sort of dumplings are going to get really stodgy. Okay, so you just need to just mix it until they're combined. And that looks pretty much professionally perfect. What do you reckon, TG? Look alright?
Looks alright to me.
Okay. Okay, and this part, you're going to get gooey fingers, people. I'm sorry about that. We're just going to get sort of golf ballish sizes, bits of this stuff, plop it in the stew. Plop it in the stew. And don't worry too much about finesse. It's all going to be okay. There we go. Okay, we put the lid on for that. And we give it about 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. We're just turning the heat off. They're boiling like crazy. So if you've got a bamboo skewer, poke it into the dumpling. Make sure it comes out clean as a whistle. And then we get a little bit of stew. And a little bit of dumpling. And we're just going to let that cool down for a minute, then Tommy G's going to do a taste test, okay? Okay, so we've got a dumpling and a bit of stew for Tommy G to try out. It's his first time ever having lamb stew. How's that? Don't burn yourself.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment and leave a like below and see many more videos to cook us, because Daddy and I cooked us.
True that.
See you next time, folks.
Bye. Bye, Poochie. Bye.